Hey, I'm Mack. Welcome back to my channel. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe and consider joining my Patreon for access to new videos 12 to 24 hours early. Does the name Eric Worre ring any bells or empty any bank accounts for you? If not, let me go ahead and make your life significantly worse by informing you. Eric Worre is one of the most successful and well-respected vultures, picking the last bits of half-rotten entrails and tattered dollars from the corpses of desiccated cattle and MLM victims decaying in the desert sun. Here's what Mr. Worre's own website blurb has to say about him. Quote, "At the age of 23, Eric Worre was a junior college dropout with no real marketable skills, and having already burned through 18 different minimum wage jobs, his ability to take care of his young family looked bleak. Fortunately, that's when he found network marketing. It changed his life and cemented his future." During his network marketing career, Eric earned more than $15 million in commission and built sales organizations of more than 500,000 distributors in more than 60 countries. Today, Eric is one of the most respected, trusted, and sought after generic network marketing coaches and thought leaders in the world. Okay, let me unpack this real quick. So he's 23 and burned through, whatever that means, 18 different minimum wage jobs. Jesus Christ. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how different the job market was for boomers? First of all, he's 57 now, meaning he was born in 1964. If he got the first of those 18 minimum wage jobs when he was 16, that'd be in 1980. In 1980, the federal minimum wage was $3.10 an hour, which is equivalent to $10.46 today, which is just over 140% of the current federal minimum wage. Also, the average annual cost, as in per year, not per semester or quarter, of a 2-year junior college tuition was $355, which is $1,197.47 today, which is good to keep in mind the next time you're talking to a boomer about job market difficulties and you basically are like, "We ants have to carry 50 times our own weight." And the boomer is like, "Oh, that's easy. I can carry 50 times an ant's weight too." Yeah, I would hope you paid your own way through college, Donna. That actually sounds really fucking easy. I'm sorry. Did you actually think that that was legitimately challenging to come up with, in today's dollars, $1,200 a year when minimum wage at full-time is over $22,000 a year and median rent is just $600 a month adjusted for inflation? You'd still have $13,000 left over after you paid your fucking tuition and paid your fucking rent. And don't say taxes, because you're getting most of that back on minimum wage. Are you serious? Are you serious? You're playing on easy mode. Get lost. Anyway, back to Eric. 18 jobs by the time he was 23. How does that happen? You can't just breeze past that. That sounds like a lot of details I would actually be quite interested in hearing. Did you quit those jobs? Were you fired? What happened? What? If you were fired, how did you get the 17 subsequent jobs after you lost the first one? That is unbelievable. The job market truly was a different animal, I guess. Regardless of whether these were quitting or terminations, I would not find the advice of someone who held 18 jobs by the time they were 23 to be terribly trustworthy or compelling. That just doesn't happen through no fault of your own. I can see 1, 2, 3, maybe even 10 bad jobs that just turned out to be untenable, but 18? Were you intentionally picking jobs that were not suited to you or to begin with? Like, what did you tell the 18th job? had happened at the previous 17. I'm assuming, because this is MLM rules here, this is supposed to be the sob story you do to introduce yourself, okay? Are we supposed to pity you? Oh, poor you, losing and or quitting your job and then losing 17 more jobs and dropping out of school. It must be really hard to be in a mildly unpleasant situation that is entirely the result of repeated fuck-ups that are completely your fault. Ugh. After bouncing around multiple MLMs for a while, Eric started making network marketing coaching content in 2009. In 2013, he released what he claims is the #1 book for network marketing, titled Go Pro: 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional, which to me sounds like a camera and then a really long subtitle, but whatever. In addition to a bunch of other useless crap he posts weekly on Instagram and in podcast episodes and wherever else, he also holds a live, or in the case of this year and the previous year, virtual live event called Go Pro, which again sounds kind of like a camera to me. But okay. The 2021 Go Pro event just happened this past December from the 3rd to the 5th virtually. Now, the tickets were like super reasonably priced at $297 for general admission, which gets you access to the live stream of the event and literally nothing else. Also, of course, the price ends in a 7. They always say to end your price with a 7 because of some bullshit about how ending it with a 9 still seems too high or whatever, because they want you to make sure that your decision is guided by pop psychology head games, not dumb shit like the quality of the product. Now, if you want the additional premium optional features, such as wanting to, I don't know, watch a replay of it, that's right. That's not included in the $297 general admission ticket. Yeah, that's going to cost you $77 with your purchase of a general admission ticket to GoPro 2022 next year. Or you can just go ahead and stop being a hater and failure and buy a VIP ticket for next year at $497. Limited time only. You better hurry up, asshole, because the VIP ticket price for 2021 after the early bird special went up to $1,047. If you were actually committed enough to success rather than committed to self-sabotage and had bought a $1,047 VIP ticket for 2021, you would get so many incredible perks, like a VIP only event Zoom background, which honestly sounds like it's worth $1,047 alone, but that's not all that you get. You also would have been blessed with 2 VIP Q&A lunches with Eric and the other speakers during the event, presumably alongside the other financial Capri Suns lining up for the straw. However, the greatest perk of all is what is called, quote, preferred screen time for engagement with Eric and other speakers, which means, and I'm not even kidding, getting yourself featured on this virtual event's equivalent of like the Jumbotron, except instead of a bunch of awkwardly delayed reactions of surprise and pointing mixed with cringy, unfair, manipulative marriage proposals, it's a bunch of cringy people half awkwardly smiling, half sort of dancing, but not really being into it in their dark living rooms. Your cup truly runneth the fuck over. That obviously is going to be the difference between success and failure, at least for those 3 seconds of fame. Just make sure to never, ever, ever think about what else you could have spent $1,047 on, or the fact that you would need to be in the top 5% of doTERRA or Monat to break even after that expense alone. What if you're a true boss builder, though, and you're crafting your team and you're so ready to manifest the absolute shit out of 2022, but you're really concerned that your team is just, it's not as brainwashed as you really need them to be in order for that to happen. And because they're your downline, they don't have any money because you took all of it. Is there an option for such an amazing empire builder? Why, yes, there fucking is. For $1,547, you can get 1 VIP ticket plus 5 general admission tickets so that you can let your downline know how much you really care and give, you know, for them, but like not enough to get them also VIP tickets. You know, they should have done the work, okay, if they wanted VIP tickets. But if that's just not enough, there's an option where you would watch the event at Eric's house, go to a dress rehearsal, and attend the exclusive party on December 6th with the event speakers. Now, I saw $5,297 next to this package, and I thought, like, that sounds reasonable. But then, see, I thought that they would give you $5,297 if you would be willing to go to his house. But apparently that's something people will actually pay him for. I don't know why. Stapling my tongue to the wall is free and probably more enjoyable, but I'm a hater who clearly fails at network marketing. So what do I know? That was supposed to be the introduction, but I'm pretty sure at some point it stopped being the introduction and it just started being like the first half. Do you see what I mean? Now, part of this event is uploaded to YouTube by the company, but when I went to go find it, it had actually had the sound completely removed because these morons used too much copyrighted music that they had no license to be using, and it got content ID'd. And I guess the person responsible for their YouTube channel decided muting the entire video's sound was the smart thing to do. Luckily, I found a mirror upload of it, so I thought we'd go ahead and take a look at, you know, the welcome speech, at least, and maybe do a little bit of snarking, and maybe we'll watch a little bit more of the old GoPro in some future videos. Let me know what you think. All right, you know I love these little cult meeting brainwashing sessions the MLM industry posts. So let's go. Well, Jesus Christ, there's where all the ticket revenue went, was into animating that shit. That's a little dramatic. You certainly think very highly of yourself, don't you? Whew.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Virtual GoPro 2021, where today's top network marketing professionals are born. Are you ready? Are you ready? Please welcome to the stage your host, Fabian Fitzner. Good morning, or good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are. Daniel Ritz, I can see you. Good morning. Amber Treat, I can see you. Julie Bauer, I can see you. Cassandra Merriman, how are you? How are you guys? Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, stop. I don't know if it's this. I don't know if it's the lighting or I don't know who did his makeup, but I can't stop looking at his eyelids. It's so intense that I don't know. I can't tell if it's just the lighting or if it's just really badly done, but it looks like crap. That's not me like trying to like take a dig. I'm just saying like the lighting is really not doing him a lot of favors. He looks like very washed out, and then like there's this super dark shadow being cast by the lights like right here, and it does not look good. Isn't the like wall of like people on their Zoom call super cringy? It's great. It's my favorite. Oh, as a reminder, this is a virtual event. There's not like an actual audience here. So all the clapping that you're hearing is like is canned. Like it's not real.
Fellow network marketers from all around the world, it is time for the Virtual GoPro 2021.
There's no one fucking there. It's an empty room.
Guys, I'm so excited for the next 3 days because I know this event is going to change lives. New leaders will be born. New ranks will be
Born? We doing like births here? I've heard of like being birthed at home or being birthed in the hospital. I've never heard of being birthed at GoPro.
hit. New dreams will be fulfilled. This event is one of a kind, and I'm so excited to share the next 3 days with you. You will hear from some of the most amazing speakers in the
That was not real.
network marketing industry. You will have several sessions with, I like to call him the godfather of network marketing, Mr. Eric Worre himself.
I promise this is the last time I'll say this. That's not real.
We will have several keynote speakers who are masters at their craft. You will hear from Marina Worre as well. So we have some very, very exciting days ahead of us. But before we start, what I love the most about the network marketing industry is we're all family. We're all one big team. We're one big community. We share the right mindset, the same values.
No values.
Right now, we might all be strangers, but at the end of this event, we will all be family.
We will all still be strangers in our living rooms, talking to nobody and listening to fake applause.
And I want to quote one of my very dear friends, Fraser Brooks, and you will see him later on. He always likes to say, network marketing turns strangers into friends and friends into family.
And family into recruits.
And I want to speed up that process today a little bit. So if it's okay for you, by show of hands, tell me if we take 2 minutes, that 60,000 people learn more about each other and we all speed up the process. Is that fine with you? Please show your hand. I can see you. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Perfect, awesome. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Sandeep. So what we're going to do is pretty simple. On the count of 3, you will just type your name into the chat. You also can write your name down on a piece of paper and you can hold it into the camera if you want to. So it will be seen on the big screen as well, okay? On the count of 3, I want to see the chat explode. I want to see your name on the screen. Are you guys ready? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Type in your name, type in your name. Oh, look at that. Jeffrey, Cynthia, Deborah, Raquel, Laura, Carly, Shanti, Kelly, Valerie, Jennifer, over here, Felipe, Guillermo, Tony, man, 60,000 people writing your name. How crazy is that? Show some love, guys. Show some love. Hit those like buttons. Amazing. Here's number.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Can you imagine paying $1,000 for this? Because I'm pretty sure the people who are on the screen are only the people who paid $1,000. This is so. Did you get all those names? I feel like I know everyone already.
Number 2, now we know how we all called, we know our names, but we don't know where we are from. So the second thing is, on the count of 3, I want you to type the country where you are from. And we have more 100 countries today live, so please, let's go. 1.
Okay, but like, can you slow down? Because I need to put the right location with the right name. So it's going to take me just like a little bit of time to cross-reference, okay? So hopefully this one goes a little bit slower so that I can match them.
2, 3. Which country are you from? Australia, USA, Canada, Israel, United Kingdom, Malaysia, Germany, Iceland, Tahiti, Romania,
That's what getting to know someone looks like.
Malaysia, USA again, Philippines, Sweden, Belgium, Jordan, Cancun, amazing. But Cancun isn't a country, isn't it?
I'm glad he said that.
but it's a very nice place anyways. Yeah. So guys, super excited. Thank you very much for sharing. And here's
Can we just give him props for that facial expression that he made? You know, game recognized game. Can we see that again?
But Cancun isn't a country, isn't it?
That's fantastic. That's game recognized game.
But it's a very nice place anyways. Yeah. So guys, super excited. Thank you very much for sharing. And here's one last thing I'm going to ask from you. This time on the count of 3, I want you to type, what do you expect from this event? But I want you to use just small words. 1, 2, or
Wow. It is MLM.
3 words. Example, be a leader, fulfill my dream, become a network marketing professional, be motivated, be inspired, things like that. Are you ready to do that? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Overcome fear, grow, believe, be motivated, clarity on goals, momentum, become a pro. Let's go. Inspiration, be inspired, growth, momentum, learn the skills, get motivated, how to be a leader, be inspired, become a pro, change your life. Guys, you are amazing. Thank you very much for working with me this morning.
I'm so glad we paid $297 to watch this man try to read a chat that is scrolling really quick.
Now it's time to introduce myself as well. My name is Fabian Fitzner. I'm a fellow network marketing pro as you, but this weekend I will be your
Oh my God, no way. That's the name that's on the screen.
MC and host. So that means we will spend some time together. I would love to tell you a little bit about my story and my past very quickly, because this event has changed my life. And the story I'm about to tell you, I call
$297 says it's some bullshit sob story.
it the story of the leather jacket. And I have the leather jacket actually over here. I brought it as a little prop to remind me how powerful those events are.
Why didn't you wear it?
8 years ago, I was a classical entrepreneur. My wife and I, we had fitness clubs on Canary Islands. We did that business quite successfully, but then financial crisis hit. How many of you remember the big recession between 2009 and 2012? By show of hands, a type in the chat. Okay, you just outed yourself that you're over 30 years old. Okay, the young
I graduated high school in 2008. Ugh.
guys don't remember. I'm 40 years now, so yes, I do. So what happened is, we couldn't afford to pay our employees anymore, so because of that financial crisis, nobody came to the gym. So we needed to take a decision, and we said, you know what, let's move on. And I looked around and I found network marketing. And I was so amazed by that industry that we said, hey, let's sell the gyms and let's go all in. Take the money from the sale and live 2 years of that money and build it big. Was a great idea, right? So we moved back from Canary Islands, from Spain to Germany. And the plan was pretty well. The only
Why did you moved from the Canary Islands to Germany to do network marketing? I'm so confused. Why? Is it easier to do in Germany?
thing we didn't plan was that the guy we sold the gym to had a different plan. He never paid us. So we moved back to Germany and we had 0 money on the account. And we had
Okay, this doesn't make any sense. What do you mean he never paid you? Then you can just go and take it back. I don't know how things work in Spain, but I'm pretty sure they have police where if someone buys your property from you and they don't pay you, like, you can take it back. Just going out on a limb here. Also, why would you give it to them without being paid?
0 network. But we had a dream. We had a vision. But to be honest, for around 1.5 years, I was struggling a lot. I thought I know what to do. I was driven, but I just didn't have the tools.
But I just didn't have the tools.
My mentor came one day and said, we need to fly to the United States. There's a generic event going on.
What a sentence. You need to fly to the United States. There's a generic event going on. This is so uncanny valley. Like, he doesn't even look real.
There's a guy, he will teach you everything you need to know to become a network marketing professional.
Oh my God, if it's not Eric Worre, this is going to be a really weird fucking story.
Sounds great. Thought like my mindset, I'm in, but how? I didn't even have money. How can I pay for a hotel? How can I pay for a flight, flying from Germany to the US? But you know what? As an entrepreneur, you don't focus on problems. You focus on solutions.
Okay. What was the solution? How did you get the money? They love to skip over this. They love skipping over this, okay? With people like this, there's always mystery money.
We had a flight attendant on the team. And she made it happen that we could fly on what's called standby. For those of you who are not familiar, that actually means the flight attendant says, hey, I want to jump on that flight. If there's a free spot, can you take me? So we're sitting at the airport just waiting and hoping that any flight will actually have a spare seat so we could fly. First one went off, second one worked. So we went in and we had an amazing seat. It's called the jump seat. I don't know if you heard about that. The jump seat is the little seat you actually flip down on taxi, takeoff, and landing where the flight attendants sit. So they had a few of them because the crew was not fully packed, which means we were standing for 12 hours on the airplane.
No, you weren't. No. You just weren't. This was after 9/11. There's no way you're on a flight from Germany to the United States after 9/11 and they're gonna just let you stand there for 12 hours. Number one, that's not very safe because you could hit unexpected turbulence. And number two, no, they're not gonna let you just stand around on a plane. You're making this up.
But hey, we made it to the US for a very, very cheap price. We shared a hotel room with 3 big dudes and 1 queen-size bed.
Oh yeah, tell me more.
Because we couldn't afford it, but it was worth it.
I bet it was worth it. I bet you all became lifelong friends.
The event really changed my life. I finally knew what to do. I went home and
Yeah, do those guys.
started working. But before I went home, I went to a mall. Because you need to know here in Las Vegas, there are amazing outlet malls. So
they're not that amazing. No outlet mall is.
I went to the mall and I couldn't shop because I didn't have money. So I walked through the mall and I've seen that leather jacket store.
And then you remembered those burly guys you shared a bed with. And you were like, Daddy.
And that's where the leather jacket comes into play. I walk in and I see that jacket I always wanted to have. But in my country, it's like $300. I couldn't afford that. But hey, it was an outlet store. $60 only. So I called my wife and I said, Nika, her name is Veronica. Shout out to Veronica, sitting in Dubai right now. Thank you. Babe, I need that jacket. I sent her a picture and he says, no. And you know who the boss is in relationships, right? So we just cannot afford it. If you buy a jacket for $60, we just spend everything we had for that flight. We won't have enough afterwards, maybe for food next week. I bought it anyways.
Divorce him.
I went home and we had a big fight about it.
Yeah, as you should. Like, you're supposed to talk about these things and you just bought some frivolous leather jacket when you don't have any fucking money? Like, what's the deal?
And the only fights we had in our career were always about money. And I don't know if any one of you guys can relate, but if the financial situation is not good, you start fighting very often in relationships. So I started to apply everything I learned at that event. And I started to
Oh, so like manipulation.
grow. And for the next 2 years, I was all in. I didn't even think about the jacket anymore. And
But you just spent like all your savings on it. Can't believe you bought that jacket anyway. What? You think you're gonna get away with it? This is such a fucking dumb story. It's like, and just because of the way he's like telling it, it sounds kind of like it should be some sort of deep and meaningful story. No, he's talking about a jacket that he saw at an outlet mall in Las Vegas that was $60 and he just had to have it. And he didn't have enough money for it, and he had no money, yet he had enough money somehow to fly from Germany to the United States after he moved there from the Canary Islands, after he sold the property that he owned. Sir. What?
was working. We reached one of the highest ranks in our company. 2 years later, actually, we hit our 7 figures for the first time, accumulated, and it was a blast. And then
let's play that again.
I started to grow, and for the next 2 years, I was all in. I didn't even think about the jacket anymore. And it was working. We reached one of the highest ranks in our company. 2 years later, actually, we hit our 7 figures for the first time, accumulated, and
he said the word really quickly, but that word was very important. 7 figures accumulated. See, it's not that they earn $1 million a year or that they have $1 million. It's they have had $1 million in sales / revenue pass through them. That's it. Cumulatively.
it was a blast. And then we had a company convention back in the US. So we flew out. This time we didn't fly on the jump seat. This time we flew business.
You didn't fly on the jump seat the other time either, because they're not going to let you fly without a seat, especially after 9/11.
We participated at the event. It was amazing. And afterwards, before we flew home, we actually also went shopping. This time I bought 3 suits. My wife bought a few dresses. We had a lot of shoes, you can imagine. And as we're leaving that mall, fully packed with bags and walking towards the exit, I had to stop and I looked to the right, and guess what I saw? It was exactly the same mall I was in 2 years before. And I turned to the right and I see that leather jacket store. And I drop all the bags and I start crying, and I realized how much my life has changed due to that single event. So,
what the fuck? Can you imagine? See, they're so materialistic and like not even materialistic in like the right ways. Like if you were actually having money problems, you wouldn't be thinking about some leather jacket and then crying because you weren't able to buy a lot of stuff at the outlet mall in Las Vegas before, but now you are. I'm sorry, but if that brings you to tears, you need to get out of your cult, refocus your priorities, and just I don't know that. And anyone who finds this compelling, and I'm talking about also the fake people applauding, just reflect on that. You just bought a bunch of trash and now you are crying with emotion. You need to reframe what you think is important, and you need to examine your perspective is what I'm saying there. I feel like that's kind of like a common problem with network marketing, because you get brainwashed into like fixating on these strange material, not even like normal material obsessions. It's like these really weird like talismans or something.
my wish for you is exactly that. I know this event can and will change your life if you are ready to go all out, if you are ready to put in the work. We have seen it so many times. Okay, guys, we have to go into a few things, a little bit of housekeeping now, make sure that everyone knows like how the thing works here during the next days, during this morning. And first of all, I would also welcome all the Facebook viewers out there. We have a free stream right now for the first 2 hours. Welcome, guys, on Facebook, on YouTube, and so on. We're excited to have you here. A very important thing. This is a no recruiting zone, okay? This is a safe place. That just means we know everybody loves their company and their badges and their products and their shirts. But if you are in an open room, not in a company room, that's fine. But if you're in an open room, please make sure, do not share any links, do not put your company stuff and everything into the camera, okay? Let's keep the integrity of that event because we all want to grow together. So.
Oh, is that because recruiting causes them to spam and it's annoying for everybody else? So you don't want it to happen on your own turf. You want it to happen in, Facebook business groups and message boards such that we can't even have legitimate businesses, you know, participating in commerce groups on Facebook, etc., because it's so flooded with network marketing garbage. So it all has to take place there. But when it's on your own turf, you don't want the spam. That's really interesting.
Do I get a yes from everybody? Can we just have a 1 in the chat if you agree? Just type a 1 in the chat if that's fine for you. Thank you very much. Awesome. The next thing is you have to be present. What do I mean by that? Turn your phones off, because it's so easy to be distracted. I know you're in the comfort of your home. Everybody's sitting in front of the computer right now, and maybe the kids are screaming in the back, the pet is running around, the neighbor is having a construction place in his apartment, whatever. Turn your phone off. Do whatever you can to be the next 3 days present. Also, sit your family down. Talk to them. Hey, for the next 3 days, actually, I have to be in this event focused, present, because I want to change our lives. So involve them in the whole thing.
So just make sure that there's nothing that could, you know, impede the flow of our controlled information. You know, you don't want anything getting in the way of the brainwashing.
Stay focused. Don't let the chat be a distraction. I know it's very cool to talk with all the people in the chat and actually have an answer to every question. But again, don't start chatting for the chat, okay? Stay very focused on what you learn here. So next thing, if you're hungry, my advice would be just order Uber Eats or any other delivery service, but don't go in the kitchen and start cooking, even though I'm pretty sure some of you are very good cooks and chefs, right? And the next thing, and that's one of my absolute favorites, 100%. I need you to agree that we will give 100%. And I will tell you why. I will tell you why. I know you guys want to learn. But sometimes we have to trick our mind and we have to trick our body. So what happens right now, you are in what we call the attention mode, which means you are in attention. You want to learn. You're focused. You're present. Everything's fine. All the information goes straight into your brain and it will be saved. But you know what happens?
I'm homosexual. I've never sat like that in my life.
What happens after 45 minutes? Your state will change. Your state will change into something what I like to call the movie mode. And you might relate to that, the movie mode. Everything you lean back, information is not getting into the brain anymore. 45 minutes later, you're going to change again, and this time into something that is called popcorn mode. And the popcorn mode looks a little bit like that. So information is like popcorn actually slamming against your head. Another one passes left, another one passes on the right, but it's not getting in there anymore, okay? So that's why we're going to do a lot of exercises. And trust me, we need to do those exercises together. So what we're going to do now is like one exercise you will see me doing with you all weekend long, and this one is pretty easy. So what I'm going to say is, please everybody I'm going to do a double clap, up. I want you to do the double clap with me, and then you stand up with 100%. Can we do that?
Ooh, see, like back when I used to run track, double clap meant that you were about to get spanked. It's called double clap slap.
All right, here we go. So please, everybody, stand up. There we go. Everybody stand up, stand up, stand up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome. Okay. All right, guys, so that wasn't really 100%, but as we're standing already, let me show you why it's so important to give 100%.
So cringy.
So as we're all standing right now, please slowly sit down, but only 99%. Sit down 99%. You can touch the chair, but don't sit down. Just touch it, keep in a position. How many of you want to give 100% now? Okay, give 100% and just sit down. Perfect.
All right, that's enough out of you, Fabian. That was grown. That was so lame. Okay, that was lame. That was the lamest thing I've ever heard.
Next one, you have to show up. Be there. You paid for the ticket. You want to change your life. So make sure you don't miss any session, because the sessions build up on each other. To miss a little is to miss a lot. Have water and snacks nearby. Also stay connected. If you're in our Facebook groups and Telegram groups, make sure, because there we will have updates for you during the event. Be on the
I thought I wasn't supposed to look at the chat.
laptop, not on the phone. Have your cameras on at all times. Have your audio on at all times. And your go-to source, and you will see that now on the back, is your dashboard. The dashboard is where everything lives this week. You will have PDFs, the help desk, the support, and you will have different resources. And now, ladies and gentlemen, one last announcement before we get the first speakers on stage. We have a lot of amazing giveaways today. So make sure that you're always on time, because those giveaways will always be given away to those who are actually on time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the crew is ready. The speakers are ready. Network marketers around the world, are you ready? Then please welcome on stage the two people who changed the network marketing world.
Once again, he's in an empty room. Do you see why I had to share that with you? Like, it's so good. There's so much, like, just, I don't know. It's tacky. It's cringy. I'm sorry. It's the type of content that is just catnip to a man like me, is all I can say. So that's the whole intro thing. I thought that story was just really interesting, so I thought we would take a look at it. Let me know if you would like to review more of GoPro 2021, and I will see what I can whip up for you. Alrighty. I have some more scripted videos that are going to be coming shortly as well, so I'm very excited about those. And all right, everybody. Have a great week. I've been Mack. Peace out. Bye!